enough. All right. All right, this is James Zombie Punk Wolf here, doing an interview with
Voltaire.
Voltaire. This gentleman has been coming to DragonCon now for about how many years?
I don't know. Somewhere between 13 and 15. I lost track.
And you are most certainly one of the more well-known musicians here at this convention.
Thanks.
I would say so, and after actually seeing you out there interacting with the fans, you're probably one of the nicest, I dare say.
Thank you.
I'm not just trying to kiss your ass because I'm on video. But at this...
That's a different kind of video.
Maybe later. But at this convention, you released a new album, Bi-Trektual.
Bi-Trektual.
Now, for everyone here, it's obvious where your influences came from, but for those playing the home game, can you tell me what influenced Bi-Trektual?
Well, very simply, you know, I've been a musician for a long time, and what I do is really, it's a lot of storytelling, and there's a lot of dark humor. So the songs already have kind of like a twisted, dark folk kind of sensibility, country in some ways, in that old country was dark and funny and twisted, you know, and played on an acoustic guitar. But I'm also a sci-fi fan. And one year here at DragonCon, I was sitting there with my acoustic guitar, and a guy walked up and he said, "Hey, are you going to go to the Filking later?" And I was like, "Gross! That's disgusting. I'm not into that." And he said, "No, it's just singing folk songs about science fiction." It's not at all what I thought he meant, which is a completely different animal, including gerbils. Exact. But nonetheless, I ended up going to this gathering of people who were singing, in essence, folk songs about Star Trek and Star Wars, and I thought, oh my God, why did I never think of this? So that year, my love of Star Trek and my love of music collided, and I made a little 4-song EP called Band on Vulcan. And so it's been out of print for many years, and I get a lot of requests for it, so I thought, you know, if I'm going to re-release it, rather than just putting those same 4 songs out again, let me re-record them with a full band, and I'll write a bunch of other songs and make this really a full album. And that's how Bi-Trektual came to be.
So on the album, you actually have a few guest appearances. You want to go over this?
I do. Very exciting. One of the songs is called Screw the Ocampa, and it's basically a cover of Sloop John B. You know, I wanna go home, but it's rewritten for Voyager. And so, you know, I've always imagined that this was the song that Ensign Kim sang while roasting, you know, marshmallows over the warp core, and so I was able to convince my good friend Mr. Garrett Wong, who plays Ensign Kim, to sing on the album, and he brought in Tim Russ, who played Tuvok. So on that song, Screw the Ocampa, I sing, I wanna go home, and he sings, said Ensign Kim. And I say, I wanna go home, and Tuvok says, I bitch slapped him. So it is just hilarious, and what a thrill it was to have those guys on a show that I love, you know, on the album. There's another track as well called Expendable. It's the epic battle between the Starfleet Red Shirt and the Star Wars Stormtrooper. And on that one, Tim, who played Tuvok, sings the part of a Starfleet officer. I play the Red Shirt. The Stormtrooper is played by my friend Jason Miller, the lead singer of a band called Godhead. And Biggs Darklighter, of all people, is played by Robert Picardo, the holographic doctor on Voyager. So it is really like kind of an all-star album.
Absolutely. I'm actually exceptionally excited to hear that now. And as of course I said, it was released Friday or Thursday? Friday.
Well, you know, I had it the first day of the con, so
yeah.
Thursday, Friday.
So it's out. You can get it on Voltaire.net.
Sure. Why not?
You have that lovely little merchandise section. You can just buy whatever from it. Now, are you currently on tour besides just coming to this?
I'm always on tour. I do a traditional tour once every year and a half, where I get in a vehicle and play 30 cities in 30 nights. But I'm always on tour in the sense that I generally do 2 cities a week. So this week I'm here at DragonCon. Last week I was at Fan Expo in Toronto. And next week I'm at Horror Hound in Indianapolis. So, and then September slows down a little bit. Then, as you can imagine, October is a busy month.
Oh, absolutely. I would dare say that plenty of skeezy bars, conventions, and whatnot would love to have you.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
But now, as far as DragonCon goes, the people that come here, it's a very mixed group, very strange, very funny, very interesting, and I can go for both the attendees and the guests alike. Were there any guests here this year that you just went, I have to meet these people?
You know, unfortunately, because I shouldn't say unfortunately, I should say fortunately. Fortunately, they work me to death. They really do. Like, I show up and have back-to-back panels. I wrote a novel, so I had a 1.5-hour reading of my novel. I usually have a film in the film festival, so I just finished a presentation of my stop motion. You know, I try to have a musical performance once a night. I MC costume contests. So I have so little time to even find out who else is here that I honestly have to make the time to go through the program and go, who's here that I really want to meet? And so I hadn't even really gotten to that moment. And my son and I, we went to the Walk of Fame so I could give Garrett and Tim and Robert copies of Bi-Trektual so they could have copies of the album that they were on. And when I got there, I saw Felicia Day. And I thought, oh my God, I would love to give a copy of my album to Felicia Day, especially since she has worked on various occasions with my dear friend Jason Miller, who sang Bi-Trektual, and he has sung a duet or two with her. So I thought, oh, I should go introduce myself and give her a copy of my album. So she was someone I got excited about meeting, and she was leaving her table just as I was approaching. So I instantly became creepy stalker fan. I instantly became creepy stalker fan because I didn't have an opportunity to walk up to her and say, excuse me, Ms. Day, my name is Voltaire, I'm a friend of Jason Miller's. I understand you guys have worked together a bunch of times. He recorded on my album. I would really love for you to have a copy. Like, this is how it all played out in my mind, how it was going to go down. And instead she was leaving the table, and her handler was basically like, you know, keeping some space around her. And in essence, it came out like, excuse me, Miss Day, here's my CD. Like, it came out so bad. like I was just instantly creepy nerd stalker fan. So, sorry, Felicia. I was really hoping we could have something. Professional, of course. But now I'm just a creepy stalker fan. Felicia, I have been watching your house to make sure it's safe, you know, while you're away. Just, I mean, from across the street, of course, I'm very respectful. And that's not true. I haven't really been watching your house.
Now, we all know those creepy stalkers. There's always one or two. Yes.
Right there.
But, what has been your favorite part of the con so far? Obviously you've been working a lot, so.
The show was fantastic. You know, it went really well. I actually remembered most of the songs, which is unusual.
At least until
Mechanical Girl? Oh, I didn't do Ex Love Is Love, right?
you didn't do it?
Well, nonetheless, it was a great show. It was really well attended, and the audience was super enthusiastic. So that was a lot of fun. I mean, it's all really tends to be a lot of fun. But the scariest and most challenging thing I did was the reading, because I've never written a novel before, and so there's some fear involved. You know, sitting down in front of a group of people and reading it, and hoping that they're not going to go, "Oh God, this is crap," you know, and all get up and leave. So it was supposed to be an hour long, and I think I ended up reading for an hour and a half or 2 hours. And for the most part, people stayed and seemed to enjoy it. So that was a heartwarming moment for sure.
Well, I suppose if it's something people love, you can tell some people love it. Obviously, we do something right, right?
Success.
Success there.
Kapla! They say on Kronos.
Now, here within, it's been like the last year and a half, you've really started focusing on your YouTube channel, putting out your songs, the guitar tablatures on how to play them, doing Q&As. Is that something you really want to flesh out more, just to get more touch base with your fans?
Well, I mean, I love making the vlogs. I find them really funny. You know, my wife says, that she points out that I tend to make jokes and then crack myself up, and like I start laughing. I obviously think I'm a lot funnier than I probably am, but I amuse the shit out of myself. So I love making these vlogs because I just have such a good time making them with my desiccated co-host, Mr. Aurelio Voltaire, and
Can I get his autograph this week?
he's not here, sadly. You know, on the last episode, he was beamed down to the planet's surface, and he didn't come back. So.
Right after being kidnapped, too.
Yeah, he was kidnapped for a while, so Orville's going to be, meaner than usual when he returns.
You're standing in his spot right now.
You're Orville for the time being. So, but I just have a lot of fun doing it. But I do believe also that there's another aspect to it, and that's that in this new age that we live in, where people feel that they no longer should have to pay for music, which is what I do for a living. Like, this is how I feed my son, this is how I pay my rent. So if you still love what I do, but you don't think you should pay me to do it anymore, we live in a new age where musicians really do, I think, have to find a new way to connect with the audience and say, hey, I'm a real person, and this is what's going on in my life. People feel, I think, especially with Kickstarter and Indiegogo, where they have opportunities to invest really in an album, like their contributions to the album is what's making the album happen. And I think the paradigm has shifted to a point where people want to be more involved in the life of the musician. And so, above and beyond just having a really good time making these vlogs, I think it gives people an opportunity to know me a little bit better, to know me on a more personal level. So I think that's a positive thing.
Absolutely. And if for those of you that have not found out what his YouTube channel is,
it is youtube.com/Voltaire Music Page, otherwise known as the Lair of Voltaire.
Anything else you'd like to plug real quick before you wrap this up?
Voltaire.net is my website. I've written a bunch of books. I've made a bunch of albums. You can listen to pretty much all of the albums in their entirety on my website. I've made a lot of vinyl toys, and they're all on my website as well. Just come and say hello. There's a contact button. That contact button goes to exactly one person, and that's the one employee at Voltaire Industries, me. So don't hesitate to drop me a line if you find any of this nonsense entertaining.
Dedenbalker doesn't count employee.
I want to thank Voltaire very much for joining me here in this very busy schedule. You have a great day, sir.
Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.